morning. Friday, February the 3rd. 3 days in already. I must say, before we get into this morning, if you haven't tried a cup of oolong tea, it's great stuff. Certainly helping keep at bay whatever's trying to creep up into my lymph nodes, my adenoids, just whatever it is feeling bad. So lots of oolong tea and vitamins and fruit. Anyway, Friday. Crazy Friday. It's always crazy on Friday. Well, what to talk about today? Well, that's what my question was. And I think I have a good topic for us today. I wrote down 6 things. This is going to be part of the More Factor. And what is the More Factor? The More Factor, and I'm going to talk about this next week, but 6 steps to more. So, with that in mind, I have 6 steps, 6 questions to ask yourself. And the reason for these questions is this. Do I need to change something in my life? Do I need a change? See, in life we need to constantly be growing. And there are some questions that we can ask ourselves, but we have to be honest. We got to be brutally honest with ourselves, because we can lie to ourselves so easy. You know what bothers me most about parents? And I happen to have 5 children, so I'm experienced in the realm of being a parent. But what really bothers me about parents is parents who blindly believe that their children don't do anything wrong. Like, seriously, come on. Think about yourself when you were a kid. How many times did you go behind your parents' back? How many times did you do stupid stuff? How many times did you do things you know you shouldn't have done? Guess what? Your kids are doing it more than you did. Just say. So we got to be brutally honest with ourselves. We can't assume that life is peachy all the time. We can't assume that everything's going to go our way. It takes work. It takes honesty and truth. Lying to yourself, covering it up, eventually there's going to be an explosion, and you're going to wonder what happened. And it's going to be your fault because you didn't go into life with honesty. Well, there's a little bit of a rant for you on Friday. And using my wonderful journal that I made, and I do have someone who wants a set, and I'm hoping to have that set done by the end of today. And we'll present that, and I'll have a video about that, or a little clip of that, next week. But I enjoy using this section of my journal, personal development notes. There's my Darren Daily notes, and then I wrote down some notes here, my 6 steps. Okay, so step number 1, to determine if you need a change. Now, you can ask these questions for every area of your life. Your area of relationships, your area of finances, your area of personal development, your area of entertainment. There's 5 or 6 areas of life we always got to be looking at. Your health, your relationships, your career, and there's a couple others. I don't want to take time to get into all that. We're already 4.5 minutes into this video this morning. So, number 1. Pick a topic and start asking yourselves these questions. Then pick a different topic and ask yourselves these questions. For example, you're in relationships. Okay? Are you happy? Number 1, are you happy? Are you excited to get up in the morning and enjoy another day? That's the question. Are you happy? In your relationships, in your career, When you get up in the morning, when it comes to work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to what you do for a living, it's like, oh man, another day. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the day. I'm sorry, but you're not happy. You need to find something to ignite the passion in your life again. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I said, I happen to have my midlife crisis when I was 30, and the story of that is going to come out when I launch the More Factor. But I had a midlife crisis. Wasn't happy. And he said, I'm still waiting for mine to happen. And we had a conversation, and the truth is he's not going to have one because he has found something he's passionate about. He has balance in his life, and he takes time with his family. He does the things he enjoys. He's got no reason to have a crisis. See, that's what I'm talking about. I needed a change. He already has his, and he's living his life the way that he feels like he should. Are you happy? That's number one. Are you excited about getting out of bed in the morning? If you're not excited about getting out of bed in the morning, you might want to change something. Number two, are you settling? Well, I don't know if I should go for that other job or that promotion, or I'm going to just see how it works with this person for a while. Like if you're dating somebody, let me put it to you this way. If you're dating someone and you've been dating them for, say, more than a year, and you're not sure if you should marry them, don't and get out of the relationship. If after 1 year of being together, you don't think this is going to work, because something in the back of your mind is telling you, sometimes it takes longer, but, honestly, I believe that after a year, I knew after a couple months, that this is the right person or not. I'm sorry, make a change. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Are you settling? Yes or no? What am I settling on? Okay, number three. Are you energized by what you did today? Or yesterday? Or what you're going to do today? So at the end of the day, yes, you're going to be tired because you worked all day. I'm not talking about that. But do you feel good? Do you feel like you've accomplished something? Do you feel satisfied? Do you feel like you have mental energy because of what you did today? Or, number four, are you wiped out by what you did today? You drag yourself through the door, you barely get through supper, you plop down on the couch and you can barely get a couple of TV shows in, maybe a hockey game or baseball game in, and you're dead for bed. I was like that for years. 5-6 years exactly. Couldn't hardly do anything with my life. Why? Because I needed a change. Okay? Number 5. And this is very important. Okay? This is very important. Are you self-serving? What I mean is, I'll be blunt with you this morning. Are you selfish? Yes, I'm going to say it. Are you selfish? Is what you're doing in your life right now only to serve you? There's a man at the turn of the century. His name was Andrew Carnegie. And after he passed away, I can't remember when it was, early 1900s, but after he passed away, they found a note in his desk. And it went something like this. I don't know the exact words. It went something like this. It said, the first half of my life, I'm going to make all the money I can make. The second half of my life, I'm going to give it all away. The man was the richest man in the world at the time, and he was worth I don't know. I can't remember what they said. It was a lot of money, like billions of dollars. Okay? Or was it 500 million? Doesn't matter. It was a lot of money. He made all the money in the first half of his life. In the last half of his life, he gave it all away. His goal was not selfish. Did he work tirelessly? Did he do all that he could do? Yes, he did, but he wasn't selfish. And so therefore he was able to accomplish it. So, are you selfish or are you helpful? You can't go through life being self-serving. I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta give without expecting anything in return. And trust me, when you do that, you will be so happy and so filled with joy that you did something of benefit to someone else. And then finally this morning, and I don't know how time has gotten away so fast, I was hoping to have this done quickly, but finally, and again, this is important, they're all important. Are people glad to be around you, or are they glad to leave? See, there's one thing to be honest with yourself and look at your life and say, yeah, I do need a change. There's another thing. You really need to change when other people see it all over you. And they say, I don't know, I don't really want to be around this person. If people don't want to be around you, you shouldn't be around yourself. You need to find a new self. Change needs to happen. We have 4 seasons every year. Every year we have change all the time. Folks, if you don't change and become better, life is just going to pass you by and you're going to wonder what happened. Let's start living life, enjoy it, and get out there. Let's be honest with ourselves, and let's change this world one person at a time. And the only person you can change is you. So, have a great Friday. Next week, my goal is to be less winded. This week, I think every day I've gone over 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So next week, my goal is, and I'm putting this out there so you can help me. Let's be 8 minutes or less. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. God bless you.